Mi nombre es Napoleón Ardaya, vengo de Santa Cruz de la Sierra, Bolivia, y tengo el encargo de parte de Parlamento y Fe de coordinar este panel.
So, good morning to everyone. My name is Napoleon. I am from Santa Cruz, Bolivia, and it's my turn to lead this panel of discussion.
Esta mañana estaré acompañado de Jean Regina de Brasil.
This morning I'll be accompanied with Jean Regina from Brazil.
Y Osiel Álvarez, que también viene de Brasil.
And Osiel Álvarez, also from Brazil.
Y agradezco el apoyo de Adam en la traducción.
And I just want to thank Adam for the translation time.
Este panel tiene que ver con conflictos.
So this panel has to do with conflicts.
En términos diplomáticos, un conflicto es una situación de desacuerdo, tensión o confrontación entre dos o más actores.
So when we're talking about a diplomatic conflict, we're talking about two different scenarios, tensions, problems, conflicts that we want to look at.
Actores como estados, organizaciones internacionales, grupos étnicos o religiosos.
So we're looking at what kind of actors in this conflict. They could be the states, the countries, tribes, indigenous groups, different, ¿cuál otro?
Grupos religiosos y
And religious groups as well.
Confrontaciones que pueden surgir por intereses, valores o aspiraciones incompatibles.
So what are some of the confrontations or issues at hand? Values, principles, background issues.
Estos desacuerdos pueden estar relacionados con territorio,
These conflicts could involve territory,
recursos,
resources,
poder político,
how about power in the
seguridad,
government?
seguridad,
Security
derechos humanos,
and the right, human rights,
autodeterminación,
and human determination,
entre otros.
and of course, etc.
Desde la perspectiva diplomática, los conflictos no necesariamente implican violencia.
So when you look at it from a diplomatic viewpoint, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be violent.
Pueden ser latentes, abiertos o armados.
They could be different types of conflicts or confrontation. They could be latent, and they could be armed, or they could be face to face.
La diplomacia busca prevenir, gestionar o resolver esos conflictos mediante el diálogo.
And so the diplomacy looks to either resolve or to communicate or look to find places of agreement through dialogue.
La negociación, la mediación, el arbitraje y otros mecanismos pacíficos.
Negotiating, arbitration, and mediation could be ways of trying to mediate or communicate and dialogue through these issues.
En resumen, un conflicto en diplomacia es una situación de oposición entre actores internacionales
And to recap, we're looking at a diplomacy, conflict of diplomacies when you have international actors
que requiere intervención oportuna
that need quickly some kind of intervention amongst them
para evitar su escalamiento y promover soluciones pacíficas y sostenibles.
to avoid escalation in these issues and look for a solution, towards a solution.
En el marco de esta cumbre de naciones por la paz y la reconciliación,
So within the framework of this conference, the Summit of Peace and Reconciliation,
vamos a escuchar sobre algunos de esos conflictos que están presentes en el mundo hoy.
we're going to be looking at and talking about some of the conflicts that are in our world today.
Agrupados por continente,
And they're going to be in groups according to their continents.
con el único propósito de visibilizarlos
So with our purpose is what? To take a look at them
y crear conciencia en todos los participantes sobre la necesidad de ser agentes de reconciliación.
and to awaken consciousness or awareness what's going on in that conflict so that we then could become agents of peace and reconciliation.
No tenemos intención de ejercer el rol que otros deben cumplir.
We are not here in this summit trying to take on roles that other people should be taking on for themselves.
Especialmente de manera oficial.
And of course, we're not speaking in any official terms whatsoever.
Tampoco pretendemos que este sea el escenario para que las partes se sienten a negociar posibles soluciones.
Nor are we trying to imply that this is the scenario in which those actors should be coming to the table and trying to negotiate.
Nuestro propósito es que no desconozcamos lo que está pasando en el mundo entero.
Our purpose here today is so that we're aware and that we're not ignorant to what is going on in the world of conflicts today.
Y que desde nuestras diferentes perspectivas y roles
And from our different perspectives and roles that we all may have,
asumamos que hay algo que nosotros,
and maybe there's something that we,
es decir, usted y yo,
how about you and me,
podemos hacer para ejercer como agentes de reconciliación en nuestro entorno.
that we possibly could be agents of peace and reconciliation in the midst of these conflicts.
Una vez más quiero insistir
So once again, I just want to repeat
que hemos apelado a la definición diplomática de conflicto,
and so we're talking about one term very specifically, diplomatic interpretation here.
entendiendo que los conflictos pueden ser vistos de diferentes maneras de acuerdo a la posición de cada país o estado.
And so understanding this diplomatic intervention, that each one, different people would look at, have different viewpoints on the conflict at hand that we're going to be talking about. So we need to respect, and we know that everyone has a different viewpoint on that.
Esta mañana comenzamos con Asia.
So this morning, today, we're going to be talking about the continent of Asia.
Asia es una región vasta y diversa con múltiples conflictos.
So Asia is a continent full of different levels or layers of conflicts.
Algunos de estos conflictos son de naturaleza geopolítica,
Some of these conflicts involve geopolitical situations,
son de naturaleza étnica
also ethnic backgrounds,
o son de naturaleza religiosa o territorial.
or they could be territory or as well religious conflicts.
A continuación voy a presentar un resumen de los principales conflictos actuales en Asia.
Here's a summary of some of the actual conflicts going on in Asia right now.
El conflicto en Gaza y su impacto regional,
When we're looking at Gaza and that regional, how it's impacting the region.
desde octubre de 2023, Israel y Hamas están en guerra tras el ataque sorpresa de Hamas.
And since October of 2023, Israel and Hamas have been in conflict since the surprise attack from Hamas on the Israeli territory.
Esto ha provocado miles de muertes,
Has produced thousands of deaths,
una crisis humanitaria en Gaza
a humanitarian crisis in Gaza,
y tensiones en todo Medio Oriente.
and it's produced tension in the Middle East.
Este conflicto involucra o implica a Israel,
It involves Israel, the country of Israel,
Hamas,
Hamas,
Hezbollah en el Líbano,
Hezbollah in Lebanon,
Irán,
Iran,
Estados Unidos,
the United States,
Egipto,
Egypt,
Qatar.
and Qatar.
Y plantea un riesgo regional muy grande
And this has produced a high risk for the conflict that's going on
por
in the area.
escaladas en Líbano, ataques en Siria e Irak.
And it's also produced some collateral effects in Syria and Iraq and in Lebanon as well.
Y la posibilidad de un conflicto mayor entre Irán e Israel.
And there could be a high escalation of conflict between Iran and Israel.
También en Asia hay conflicto en Myanmar, Birmania.
Myanmar also has conflicts in it.
La junta militar sigue enfrentándose a grupos étnicos armados
The military is fighting against ethnic groups that are armed, ethnic groups.
y fuerzas de resistencia desde el golpe de Estado de 2021.
And since 2021, there's been resistance against a coup in that area.
Este conflicto implica al ejército birmano,
And so when you're looking at Myanmar, you're looking at conflicts between the army,
el gobierno de unidad nacional en el exilio
the national army that's in exile right now,
y grupos étnicos armados.
and also ethnic groups that are armed.
Como consecuencia del mismo hay crisis humanitaria,
So this has produced other effects, humanitarian aid issues.
desplazamientos masivos y colapso económico.
And so you've seen the collapse in the economy and also refugees having refugee camps being built.
También tenemos que referirnos a tensión en el mar de China Meridional.
Then we're going to go to another issue conflict, and it's the conflict that's gone on in the Pacific Ocean, in the China-Taiwan Pacific Ocean.
China reclama casi todo el mar de China Meridional.
And so China, for example, takes on the territory of the ocean, of the Pacific Ocean that is on his coast.
Lo que choca con las pretensiones de Filipinas, Vietnam, Malasia, Brunei y Taiwán.
And so you're looking at Taiwan, Brunei, Philippines. These are the countries that also want access to this ocean, and it's producing conflict of interest.
Recientemente se han producido enfrentamientos entre barcos chinos y filipinos.
Recently, there have been conflicts between the Chinese ships and the Philippine ships.
Y Estados Unidos ha aumentado sus patrullas en la zona.
And the United States has also brought on more of its military ships as well into the area.
Otro conflicto entre China y Taiwán.
How about the other conflict that's going on between China and Taiwan?
China considera a Taiwán una provincia rebelde.
China looks at Taiwan as a province that is rebelled against its mother country.
La isla, con apoyo de Estados Unidos, refuerza su defensa ante amenazas de invasión o bloqueo.
Taiwan, as an island, gets its protection from the United States and has asked for help to be able to blockade itself from China.
Recientemente hubo un aumento de incursiones militares chinas
Recently, there have been an elevation of or escalation of Chinese troops
y
coming into the
ejercicios
area.
navales en el estrecho de Taiwán.
And more naval ships of the Chinese coming into the strait between China and Taiwan.
Existe un conflicto entre India y Pakistán en Cachemira.
And then how about conflict between India and Pakistan?
Cachemira sigue siendo un punto crítico.
Kashmir continues to be a critical point of interest for both.
Hay constantes escaramuzas en la línea de control
And so along that line of the frontier, there are always different battles are going on at different times.
y presencia de grupos insurgentes.
And so different insurgents groups are building up.
Esto implica a India, Pakistán y milicias islamistas.
And so you're looking at India, Pakistan, and different armed Islamic groups
La
being
gran
raised up.
preocupación en este conflicto viene por el lado de que ambos países tienen armas
And
nucleares.
so what is the issue here at hand is that both groups, India and Pakistan, have nuclear weapons
Y una larga historia de guerras.
and a long history of battle.
Conflicto en Afganistán.
How about the conflict in Afghanistan?
Los talibanes gobiernan desde el año 2021,
Since 2021, the Taliban have been ruling that country.
pero enfrentan resistencia del Estado Islámico y crisis internas.
And they face the Islamic groups, armed Islamic groups, and also internal conflict.
Esto produce atentados, represión a mujeres,
And this has produced a repression against the women and also attempts to kill the people in charge.
colapso económico y aislamiento internacional.
And the economy has also collapsed and international conflict as well.
No podemos ignorar las tensiones en la península coreana,
And how about the peninsula, Korean peninsula,
Corea del Norte y Corea del Sur.
Korea, North Korea, South Korea?
Corea del Norte sigue desarrollando misiles balísticos y armamento nuclear.
North Korea continues with its armament, building up its armament, its missiles and so forth.
Hay ensayos de misiles,
They have also been shooting off some of the missiles,
intercambio de fuego en la frontera marítima,
and they have also exchanged firearms, exchanged battle fronts there in the peninsula.
y relaciones muy tensas.
And the relations between North and South Korea are tense.
Aparte de esos conflictos considerados los más notables, los más destacados, hay otros.
These are the highlights, the highlight reel of the most important ones that we know about in Asia, but there are others as well.
Esta mañana teníamos en el programa la participación de algunos representantes del continente asiático.
So this morning we had some of the representatives of the continent of Asia.
Lamentablemente no pudieron llegar por problemas de vuelo a tiempo. Algunos llegarán dentro de algunas horas.
Some were not able to make it because of their flights. Some will be making it later on during the day.
Por esa razón no los tenemos aquí en esta plataforma.
And for that reason, we don't have them here in this panel.
Pero hay un tema que siempre está presente de manera transversal en todos los continentes.
But there is a theme that goes on all throughout. It's like a thread that happens throughout all the continents.
Que tiene que ver con el tema de libertad religiosa.
And it has to do with religious freedom.
Por tanto, esta mañana, Jan Regina,
So this morning, Jean Regina,
del Instituto Brasileño de Derecho y Religión,
from the Institute of Rights, Human Rights and Religion,
nos hablará sobre los problemas de libertad religiosa en Asia.
he's going to speak to us in regards to what are some of the problems of religious liberty in the continent of Asia.
Él es abogado de derecho religioso,
He's a lawyer for human rights.
es investigador,
He's an investigator,
profesor de la Universidad Evangélica de Goiás,
a professor of the Evangelical University of Guayas.
es periodista,
He's a journalist.
abogado afiliado a la Alliance Defending Freedom International,
He's also a lawyer with Alliance Defending Freedom International.
es consejero brasileño de Acton Institute,
He's a counselor to the ACTS Institute.
Acton,
Acton Institute.
y tiene una maestría en Derecho Político.
And he has a master's degree in political rights.
Jan, ¿cuáles son los principales problemas que involucran el tema transversal de libertad religiosa en Asia?
So what is the thread of the problems that you see with religious freedom in Asia, Jean?
Bueno, buenos días a todos.
So good morning to all.
Buenos días, Napoleón, Adam y Ocean.
Good morning to each of us here on the panel.
Primero quisiera solo hacer un pequeño comentario y un pedido.
I just want to take a pause and make a comment.
Cuando fui invitado, yo y Thiago para estar aquí en la conferencia,
When Tiago and I were invited to come to the conference,
Luciano fue categórico.
Luciano was very specific.
Ustedes tienen 5 minutos para hablar de todo lo que pasa en los continentes.
You have 5 minutes to talk about all that's going on in the continents.
Y quedé pensando,
And I was thinking to myself,
voy a pedir a Dios que cambie el tiempo de Cronos para Kairos.
I'm going to ask God to change time from Chronos to Kairos.
Porque es imposible de
It's
hablar en 5 minutos de esa
impossible to
realidad.
speak in 5 minutes.
Bueno, nuestros hermanos de Asia no pudieron venir.
And our Asian brothers couldn't make it.
Y Dios hace lo mejor desde todas las cosas, ¿sí?
And God does make something good out of all these situations.
Entonces aquí tenemos un poco más de tiempo para
So
hablar.
we have a little bit more time to talk.
Pero Napoleón se usó casi todo el tiempo para poner los problemas.
But Napoleon, he already used most of the 5
Y
minutes
ahí
that we had.
tenemos el desafío nuevamente.
Now we've got this conflict again.
Entonces
The challenge.
empezamos. Pero
Let's begin.
les pido perdón por mi español. soy brasileño, entonces portuñol va a suceder.
And so I'm going to speak Portuñol because I'm a Brazilian. So that's the best I can do.
Bueno, me piden para que hable un poco de la situación de desafíos, lo que ocurre en términos de libertad religiosa en la región de Asia.
So in regards to Asia and its religious liberty,
Creo que es clave que para podamos tener un comentario pequeño. ¿Cuánto tiempo tengo? 5 minutos, 4 minutos ahora. Entonces voy a pasar lo que iba a pensar, que es importante de tener un pequeño concepto de lo que libertad religiosa significa.
first, what is, definition-wise, what is religious liberty?
Entonces tenemos que definir libertad religiosa como un derecho fundamental.
It's a human right,
It's a
fundamental
Yes.
right
que de la persona humana,
that each person has.
que pueda individual o colectivamente
You can either exercise it individually
Profesar.
or collectively.
profesar,
You can profess,
practicar,
practice,
cambiar,
change,
manifestar o
manifest,
abstenerse
or abstain
de toda la religión
from any kind of religion
o creencia,
or belief
tanto en el ámbito privado
within your own rights,
Como-
individually,
como público,
privately, or publicly,
sin coerción del Estado.
without the state, the government imposing itself
Ni de actores sociales.
and allowing you to work in your society.
Esto está en el artículo 18 de la Carta de la Declaración Universal de Derechos Humanos.
And this is declared in point number 18 of the Human Rights Constitution.
Bueno, ahí tenemos el panorama de Asia.
And so let's look at Asia once again.
El continente contiene la mayor diversidad religiosa del mundo.
It's the continent with the most diversity, most religious diversity in the world.
Hinduismo, islamismo,
Hinduism, Muslim,
budismo,
Buddhism,
confucianismo,
Confucius,
cristianismo,
Christianity,
sintoísmo,
Shintoism,
religiones tribales
tribal religions,
y también nuevas espiritualidades.
and all kinds of different spiritist movements.
Hay ahí también la mayor concentración de persecución religiosa del mundo.
Also, it's the most, the continent with the most people being persecuted in the world.
En la lista de los 10 países con más persecución en el mundo, 5 están en Asia.
So if you have the 10 most persecuted countries in the world, 5 are in Asia.
Y ahí tenemos una tensión constante
And so there's a constant tension amongst
entre
them.
el pluralismo, pluralidad religiosa
And so you have plurality, religious plurality,
al nivel constitucional
and according to the Constitution,
y del otro lado una hegemonía cultural o estatal de una tradición religiosa que trae impactos definitivos en las tensiones políticas.
and so there's also like a theocracy going on amongst them at the same time at different layers where people have their religion, their ethnic backgrounds, all happening at the same time.
Parlamento y fe tiene mucho que ver con diplomacia,
So parliament and faith has to do with diplomacy.
que es cómo hacer un soft law.
Soft load.
Soft law. Un soft law. Es como hacer un soft law. Diplomacia es el trabajo de influencia, de influir.
So diplomacy is with parliament and faith is to influence.
Sí. Pero en el marco legal tenemos la imposición de una ley.
So when you look at the law, when you look at law from its perspective, there is something that is imposed.
Entonces tenemos que ver marcos jurídicos y
And
constitucionales
so we have to look at constitutions. We have to look at policies, laws
que tratan de la región.
that have to do with that region.
Y ahí tenemos un gran problema.
And then that's where the problem begins.
Porque aunque haya la previsión de libertad religiosa en constituciones de países,
Even though in the Constitution it's written that people have religious freedom,
están siempre sujetas a orden público, moral y costumbres.
And that's always, but those constitution, those points are always under the hand of the policies and the persuasions of the governments that are in place
Son
at that time.
cláusulas abiertas
And
que permiten restricciones arbitrarias.
And so those open doors that allow for them to be arbitrary anytime that they desire to be.
Entonces, muchos de los conflictos que Napoleón leyó aquí y muchos otros más tienen que ver con esta situación. La religión que molda la cultura y la sociedad
So the religion starts to mold the society and the culture,
y es enforzada por ley
and it's imposed by the law.
y que no permite libertad ni de creencia o religión.
It won't allow you to have any kind of expression of religion
Y-
or liberty.
Y cuando el Estado puede imponer una fe,
So
puede,
when the state can then impose its faith or its religion,
puede imponer cualquier cosa.
they can impose anything at the same time.
Y ahí tenemos, para que termine, el aporte del cristianismo
So when we talk about Christianity
a la
in this,
tradición jurídica
from a legal viewpoint,
como un marco y una oportunidad tanto de testimonio cuanto también de influencia social.
how can we then, as a testimony, being Christian, and also as an influence in society, how can that happen within this framework?
Con 4 pequeños puntos.
And I have 4 short points.
El primero es una separación funcional del poder temporal y poder espiritual.
It's something that's separate from the spiritual and time.
Que no hay en otras religiones.
That it doesn't exist in other religions.
Es un modelo de limitación de poder.
It's the model of Christianity is a limitation of power.
2. Cristianismo tiene una afirmación histórica de la dignidad humana como fundamento de la libertad.
And so from the beginning, Christianity has its religious liberty.
3. Hay una defensa de la conciencia individual.
There's a defense of the individual consciousness.
Hay entonces una autonomía institucional de comunidades de fe
There's a community of faith that we understand it to be.
que impacta a la sociedad quitando al Estado el poder supremo.
That impacts society without the government having to be involved.
Y por último,
And number 4,
una presencia transcultural.
and so it's the transcultural presence of
El
Christianity
cristianismo es la
permeates.
única religión
It's the only religion
enraizada en múltiples culturas
in different cultures at the same
y
time,
ahí en múltiples sistemas jurídicos.
and different levels of jurisdictions.
No depende de un estado, una etnia, una cultura.
It doesn't depend on ethnics or a state or the government or any kind of culture.
Informa valores a la sociedad que hace el florecimiento humano algo posible.
It produces values within society, allowing it to blossom and grow as a society.
Necesitamos de más influencia cristiana en el
So
mundo
we need more Christian influence in the world
para que podamos entonces hacer puentes de diálogo
so that we can then build bridges to help others.
y ahí también tener el capital de autoridad moral para poder trabajar en los conflictos desde una perspectiva positiva.
Which allows us to have
Muchas
that
gracias.
moral compass to be able to go into the conflicts from this Christian perspective.
Gracias, Jean. Él y Tiago estarán presentando un taller donde abundarán más sobre los temas de libertad religiosa.
Jean and Tiago, they're going to present a workshop for those that are interested, and they're going to be able to develop this theme even more with more time.
Rápidamente quiero presentar a Osiel Alves,
We want to have Osiel Álvarez speak now.
director de Parlamento y Fe Brasil.
He's the director of Parlamento y Fe for Brazil.
Él nos va a presentar muy rápidamente una iniciativa de solución que se está armando en el marco de una red, si queremos llamar, que se llama BRICS.
BRICS. So he's going to introduce to us over a recap format what they're doing in Brazil, networking, working together, alliances, what they're calling BRICS.
Fala em português ou inglês?
Fala em português.
Ok. Bom dia a todos. Para nós é uma honra estarmos participando desse seminário, desse fórum. E ano passado
Good morning to all. It's a pleasure for us to be here. And last year,
Nós tivemos a oportunidade de participarmos na State Duma em Moscou do primeiro BRICS Traditional Values Forum.
we were able to participate in a conference forum in Russia, what we were called Values Forum.
Espero não estar falando nenhuma mentira aqui, mas pelo que sabemos, no Parlamento de Moscou temos apenas um deputado cristão evangélico.
I'm hoping that I'm not saying or committing any false lies here, but from my understanding, there's only one evangelical representative in the government of Moscow.
Deputado Dmitry Kuzenovich.
Dmitry Kuzinovich, he is the representative there.
Ele, como representante das relações exteriores do Parlamento de Moscou,
He being the representative of foreign affairs of that department in Moscow,
criou o BRICS Traditional Values Forum como uma iniciativa de unir as 10 nações que compõem essa rúbrica.
and so for the BRICS Economics Forum, he's also the representative of uniting this values forum for those 10 countries that make up BRICS.
Para quem não sabe, BRICS significa uma nomenclatura para Brasil, Rússia, Índia, China e África do Sul. Acho que eu pulei alguém.
So for the letters BRICS, the letters BRICS stand for Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa.
No entanto, hoje nós já temos participando outros países como Egito, Etiópia, Irã, Arábia Saudita e Emirados Árabes.
Emirates, Egypt, Iran.
Irã.
And these are some of the other countries that have now been added on to the BRICS.
Boa parte desses países possuem conflitos,
So most of those countries are involved in conflicts.
mas eles se uniram como uma iniciativa de tentar se fortalecer frente às pressões hoje dos Estados Unidos em relação ao mundo.
And so they have now combined to be able to unite against any of the pressures from the United States.
Então, algumas das iniciativas e assuntos que o BRICS tem tratado ultimamente,
So some of the points that BRICS has related to or tried to address,
primeira delas hoje é a criação de uma criptomoeda que seja possível, basicamente, que todas essas nações possam pagar em seus estabelecimentos através dos seus cartões de crédito.
so they've got for their credit card, they're going to have a crypto kind of coin that they could use to be able to use in their businesses.
Como vocês sabem, possivelmente os nossos irmãos da Rússia
And for those from Russia,
que estão aqui, eles não podem utilizar os seus cartões de crédito,
they can't use their credit cards.
porque há sanções governamentais, a Rússia, por exemplo, em função dos conflitos, que impossibilitam que essas nações utilizem o seu sistema bancário em outras nações.
So it doesn't allow for the BRICS countries with their credit cards are not able to use their credit cards in these countries.
Essa é uma das iniciativas do BRICS,
That's part of the initiative of BRICS.
mas obviamente há tantas outras, tanto na área da educação, da medicina,
Education, medicine, or other initiatives that they're taking
e
on.
sim, há também iniciativas no sentido de discutirmos as questões que envolvem segurança e conflitos que existem nessas nações.
Security issues and also any kind of conflicts that they're trying to work through together amongst those countries.
Parlamento e Fé está participando disso,
So Parliament and Faith is participating in that.
e nos dias 14, 15, 16 e 17 de setembro,
In September 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th of this year,
acontecerá em Brasília
in Brasilia, the capital of
e
Brazil,
no Congresso Nacional o segundo BRICS Traditional Values Forum,
we were going to have the second conference called the Values Forum,
em que o Parlamento e Fé terá uma mesa redonda dentro do Congresso Nacional,
And we'll have a round table within the national conference of that meeting time.
apenas para discutir assuntos que digam respeito à paz e reconciliação.
And that is in regards to whom? To Parliament and faith.
Ok? Eu acho que é isso aí, então. Obrigado.
Very good.
Quiero agradecer a Jean y a Osiel. Un aplauso para
Thank
ellos.
you for Jean and Osiel. Thank you for their participation.
Y gracias a ustedes por su paciencia.
And thank
Buenos
you all
días.
for your patience as well.